Without further ado, let's get on to our last story of the day, which is more tariffs. Isn't it a joy? So, as I mentioned previously in the earlier segment, the Trump administration has been granted the ability to continue to apply tariffs as they have seen under the IEEPA, the emergency powers that have been delegated to the president, while the Supreme Court deliberates. While the Supreme Court deliberates, the administration has continued to apply tariffs. As of last week, they decided that they wanted to apply tariffs on large vehicles, right? I'm talking the tractor units for 18-wheelers. So I'm thinking of the big trucks running on the road. Those are now going to be more expensive. What that means as far as U.S. trucking, we're not entirely sure. There's some other issues that we'll talk about in a second regarding driver's licenses, but the Trump administration has added tariffs. They've doubled down on those, especially for imported parts for automobiles in the heavy industrial truck scale. The other thing that they've been applying, they're applying a new batch of tariffs on is pharmaceuticals, especially most of the pharmaceuticals here in the U.S. come from precursor elements that are made somewhere else. So a lot of that is made in China, and obviously the Trump administration has taken a very heavy hand in regards to China. Pharmaceuticals are going to be impacted, and then as well, heavy trucks are going to be impacted. So the last thing I want to talk about in domestic trucking news is that the Department of Transportation and other government agencies have been taking a look at CDL licenses. And the question is, do we allow non-domiciled, non-US drivers to drive commercially? So they are re-looking at a lot of issues. They're looking at the licensing. Licenses come from states. So they're looking at state licensing, and the expectation is something to the tune of 15,000 drivers might come off of the road. If we see that, there will certainly be an impact in trucking rates here domestically in the FTL and LTL side. So that will also affect parcel, because parcel also moves FTL and LTL, especially so when you reduce the amount of drivers that are available to drive, rates go up because everything gets more expensive. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I am not going to tell you that. It is just a thing you should know about. I will not make the determination on my personal opinions here, but just know that rates will probably start to increase. We might have seen the base floor for over-the-road trucking. So good news for brokers who I know have been having a tough time as of late as volumes have fallen.